What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to Shooting the Breeze. I'm your host, Josh.
And I'm George.
Oh, and this is what, George? What do we call this right here?
This is Paradise.
Is this Paradise?
Yeah.
This is actually Studio B.
Well, it is Studio B3, but it's still Paradise because we got some good things to talk about today.
Folks, this is a risky one today.
Yes.
We're risk takers, aren't we?
We are.
Well, today we're talking happy life, happy wife.
That's right.
I said that right. Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life.
And that's important because we're not happy if she's not happy. We know that.
And she has to be happy.
Oh.
The only way we're going to get through life is the wife is happy.
Yeah. And we, well, I better not finish that part, but
yeah,
those days that they're not happy are tough days.
Those are tough days, and we prefer to steer away from those days, so we try to make our wives happy.
That's right.
We do a lot of happy things with them, and, we let them pick the restaurants, and, if they need to go shopping, we go with them at times. We feel like we have to, so we just do it.
Yeah. George, I never thought it would be so hard picking a restaurant, picking where I want to eat for dinner until I got married.
Yeah.
I mean, think of it's an application process just to go eat supper somewhere.
Oh, it is. It's tough. It's tough.
Now that we all go every Friday, how many women do we have to filter through before we pick our supper?
There's several that have differing opinions on what they like, whether it's Mexican or Italian or steak or of course we don't go to many of those places, but things like that.
Not with them, we don't do it.
So and restaurants, some people prefer different restaurants. So it's really a tough thing to try to get everybody together on the same page.
Oh, it's so tough. I think this week was on Friday. It took us a good hour and a half to.
But it turned out well.
It did.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
No complaints there.
No complaints.
But we're not the ones that complain.
We're never the ones that complain. It's just getting to that point of sometimes when I'm driving, I don't know if I'm going to turn left or turn right because I don't know really where we're going. So I don't want to turn right if the restaurant's left and vice versa. So yeah, it can be very nerve-wracking sometimes.
Yeah, George, I can think of I think of how easy it is when it's just us trying to pick somewhere.
Oh, it's easy.
Like, well, once that you ask them what they feel, even if it could be any day, not even a Friday, but, usually if we ask, hey, what do you feel like? And they say they don't care.
Oh.
Do they actually care?
They do care.
They care.
Because then you'll say, well, let's go to so-and-so, and they'll say,
pizza.
They'll say, no, anywhere but there. Then you say something else. No, I just had that the other day. Then you say, okay, well, where do you want to go? I don't care. I mean, it's that same response week in and week out.
Again. Yeah.
And it just kind of drives me crazy sometimes, Josh.
Yeah. So we came up with a way to get through that, and now George and I, we recommend the places that we hate the most first.
Did you say recommend?
I recommend.
Okay.
Why do you always critique me?
I'm just thinking you said recommend.
You can't.
That it was just a faux pas.
Is your hearing aid up?
A faux pas.
Is your clear tone turned up?
Is your mouth open?
Mouth's open. Your clear tone's not.
Speak in clarity.
His battery's died, folks. Bear with us.
Speak in clarity.
Turn your hearing aid up.
No, go on now.
No. Why you interrupt us so
Go!
much? You interrupt us more than my wife.
What were you saying?
I can't even get nothing out.
Were you saying something?
Grandma interrupts me. So
come on.
All right, folks. What we're talking about now?
Well, I don't know. See what happened?
See?
I told you.
We're doing a podcast
you just can't
with
focus.
my wife. Oh, so speaking of focus, you need to do that.
You need to get your story straight. You're talking about a restaurant, right?
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about putting the ones we hate first,
right?
Then the ones we like at the end,
right?
Because they always pick the ones towards the end. It's usually like the third or fourth one,
right? Exactly.
So that's how you do it.
Well, there's all kinds of funny stories, to go with marriage, and I've got one that I'd like to share that happened many, many years ago, and me and my wife were in the kitchen. I remember exactly where we were. We were in the counter.
At the counter,
both of us,
George.
one
Would you
across
talk
from
right
the other,
today?
and we were arguing about I don't know what. And it was one of those arguments that you're like, oh man, this is getting rough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When this argument ends, we're not going to be talking to each other for some time. It's that type of argument.
Right.
So it's getting more and more heated, and the decibel level continues to increase. And which she does occasionally. I said something, and she flipped her eyes. Her eyelids just kind of go up like that.
Yeah.
And we were at the height of just ready to put our hands around each other's neck and just end it all right there. And I just called her, after she flipped her eyes like that, I said, "You flip-eyed buzzard." I just called her a flip-eyed buzzard. We looked at each other and just started laughing like crazy. I mean, it was so funny. And then, after that, everything was cool. We even forgot what we argued about. I still don't know to this day what it was.
She wasn't mad at all, huh?
No, and folks, that's the point. You argue about petty stuff that really doesn't make any difference in the end.
That's true.
Because it's we don't even remember what it was. I'm sure I had some kind of argument with my wife last week, but I have no idea what it was. And we're still alive, so, it must have worked out okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Even with these restaurants, just let them get it out.
Let them get it out. That's right.
Doesn't matter where we eat, really. We'll be happy because we always find something we like.
You got a story, Josh?
I got a lot of stories, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, just today, actually, my wife asked me what I wanted for dinner, And this week, she was at the store, and I said, maybe spaghetti. And she said, oh, okay, well, I'll make it healthy, so I'll get some squash noodles. Like noodles made out of squash. Is that even a thing?
It is now.
Squash noodles.
It is with the grocery you all go to.
Oh.
Josh, you know what I dislike more than figured out what restaurants to go to?
What?
It's the S word.
I'm going to go with shopping.
Yes!
Oh, man. Shopping is the worst.
Oh.
It's like...
Shoot me.
I think the only reason she wants me to come is to carry her purse and to sit there and hold everything that she's tried on for the last 3 hours.
Well, there's no doubt about that. No doubt whatsoever. So I guess what you have to do is you just have to kind of go along with the happy wife, happy life scenario.
Yeah.
And do what she says. Because if you don't, what happens, Josh?
We're driving full speed down Bad Mood Highway.
Yeah.
There's only one way you're going to stop. And
it's not good.
Not
and,
good.
And you keep saying, "Are you okay?"
I'm fine.
Why don't you say anything?
I'm fine.
Yeah, but you're not talking.
I'm fine.
You don't have anything to say?
There's nothing wrong.
Nothing to say?
No.
Well, you've been talking all day, but
Then
all
later
of a sudden,
that night it comes out, like
Yeah.
when you're like watching TV. She pauses it, because we can pause TV now.
it could be 3 a.m. She wakes you up and says, "I'll
ain't
tell you
waking
what
me
I'm
up,
mad
Jay.
about. By golly, this is what I was mad about. It's about the shopping thing."
And all I did was answer the question you asked. Is this
Again.
shirt too small for me? And I said yes, and now I'm in trouble.
So what we need to say is what? Just shake your head yes?
Yes.
Does it fit? Yeah, it looks good.
It looks good.
It
I
fits.
think if you just keep repeating, it looks good.
Yeah.
I've never seen that shirt look better on anybody
Right.
than I'm seeing right now.
Right. Again, it's for you freshly married guys, this is additional advice that's going to help you get through life, especially those early years.
You're
It's
going to
gonna
thank
help
Josh and George one
Oh.
day. You're going to say those two guys
Dang, I'm
in
glad.
Studio
Oh.
B3, or what is it? Where are we at today?
4C.
4C.
Yeah.
Studio 4C.
Yeah.
Those guys gave me the golden information.
Golden information.
That's right.
Let me tell you, the key is nodding yes
Yes.
to everything.
I think you can agree, George. After a certain amount of years, it just goes through one ear, not the other.
Well, it does. I mean, there's no sense in trying to make a point because it does. There's, I mean, it's funny because I watch Josh and his wife, and she pretty much runs the show. But
No, that's false.
But I
I wear the pants. She just tells me which ones to put on. That's all.
Hey, you heard it, folks. So it's kind of funny to watch it, but I think Josh has just learned over time, and it had been a long time, but over time, that's the best way to handle things.
No, it's only been 8 years.
Only
9
8 years.
Started 10 years ago. Only been married 8 years.
Yeah. So that's so have you been nodding yes for 8 years or 10 years?
10 years since
10
day
years.
one. Yeah.
Since day one, you learned.
I showed up 45 minutes on my first date.
45 minutes late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I had to. At that moment, she forgave me.
She still married him, folks.
Yeah. Well,
he was 45 minutes late on the first date.
You've seen this face? It's kind of hard not to.
Yeah.
To want to marry this face. I'm just saying. So, George, you've been married.
It's hard for a mother to love.
You've been married how long? 35, 25 years. 25 or 28?
No, it's been 20. It'll be 20. It'll be 28 years in November.
Yeah. And
it seems like 27. Time has just flown by. Time has just flown by. That's the way it goes. You nod your head yes all the time, and it just flies.
Flies by.
Just flies. What it amounts to is you become mindless. You're just a doll. What do they call them? Bubble doll? Bobbleheads?
Bobbleheads.
Bobblehead?
Bubble dolls.
Bubble doll. You're just a bobblehead, folks. And that's all you want to be.
Yeah.
Because if you're not a bobblehead, you're nothing. Okay? You're nothing. I guarantee you that if you go in there and start shaking your head the other way, it's not going to be good.
That's what women want. They don't care about all this and that and all this glamorous stuff. What they care about is finding a man that's a bobblehead.
Right.
A yes man.
And there's not two finer bobbleheads than Josh and George.
We bobble all the time.
All the time, folks.
Especially on Fridays when we're trying to decide what to eat for supper.
Yeah. And I tell you, it's a major decision, and it's a weekly decision, and sometimes 2 or 3 night a week decision. So it's not, it can really get bothersome. So we have come up with a solution on this, folks, and
we feed them ice cream.
It's actually, I don't think it was Josh or I that came up with it, but it's a situation where everybody puts the name of a restaurant on a piece of paper. Well, we list like 10, 15 restaurants on an individual piece of paper, put them in a hat, and everybody has to agree which one we take out of the hat, that's the restaurant we're going to.
Yeah, we have like a family group text, so throughout the week we're just going to suggest.
Right.
Everybody suggest one restaurant, and then Friday somebody will draw them all out of a hat.
Now here's my concern.
What?
What if somehow it's rigged?
I think that's why we should all take turns.
Okay.
Drawing it out each week. That way these ladies don't try to stiff it to us, and what they want.
What I'm saying is, what if they put a lot of expensive restaurants in there?
Well, yeah, that's a problem.
So I think we have to. I think, folks, what we're going to have to
budget.
do, we're going to have to agree on the restaurants going into it, and then at that point put them on a piece of paper, and then. But we usually go to moderately priced restaurants anyway, so that shouldn't be an issue.
And normally we go to the same what? 5? I mean, Mexican, pizza, barbecue.
Close by us.
Chicken place.
Yeah, because there's certain areas I don't want to go on Friday afternoon.
Oh, traffic.
The traffic just will ruin your mood, folks, okay? Ruin your mood.
Bad.
You've had a hard day, you're wrapping up the day, and then all of a sudden you got to fight traffic. No.
Oh.
Not for me.
Especially mall traffic, because we got to go right by the mall when we go that way.
Right by it, folks.
There's 2 malls, actually.
2 of them. It's double terror.
Yeah. When you say mall and terror, it reminds me of what was that, Black Friday when we went shopping?
Oh.
Me and George literally sat on the bench for one particular bench for about an hour and a half, and we prank called a certain store. Watch him keep running to the phone.
Tell about that, Josh.
So we were sitting in some woman's, I don't know, just clothing store.
Woman's clothing store, right?
And we're sitting there, and I would wait till they'd walk off, and I'd tell George, okay, call them. And they'd
call the store.
Call the store. So they'd walk to the back of the store, George would call him, he'd block his number, and they'd come answer the phone, and he would hang up, and we're just sitting there, we're dying laughing. I mean, we couldn't breathe. We had to leave because it got bad.
And then they walk away. They go to the other side of the store, and I call again. And then right when they get there, I hang up. And then, I don't know, would we do that 3 times, 4 times,
least,
something like that. So that was our entertainment for the day, folks. It was worth it. It was worth the pain because Black Friday, you know how crazy it is. I mean, it's absolutely nuts. I mean, you have to park out on the grass and... it was bad.
But remember we found that little bench where the fireplace was and we sat there?
Yeah, that was pretty nice. Yeah, I love that bench.
We'll have to sit there again this year.
Yeah, well, we will. We'll just sit there because Josh and George don't do a whole lot of shopping, folks.
No.
You know, we know what we want going into it, and we go to the store, we know where it's at, and we get it, and that's the end of that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty easy.
Yes.
I mean, I know what store I want. I got a hat problem. I love hats, so I'm picky about hats. But at least I only go to one place to do that, not 25 places.
You do have a hat problem.
Yeah, I love hats. I've worn hats since I was straight out the womb.
I've got one daughter that thinks like me as far as shopping, and she knows what she wants ahead of time. She gets it, and she's not a big shopper.
No, she's not.
So I
then
got
the other
one.
one.
Oh, the other ones are make up for it. Teresa said she doesn't like to shop, my wife, but trust me, she likes to shop.
Oh, man, it's like going to Target, right? You go to Target for one thing, and then they find all this other stuff they want, and this new thing that came out.
And we love Target.
We like Target.
But Target knows how to merchandise stuff, and they put it on the, areas that people are looking at, on the corners, up front.
Oh.
I mean, they know where to place this stuff.
I feel like they have a camera, and they know when Josh and George pull up with their wives, and they're on the walkie-talkie. Okay, they're pulled up. Let's move the clothing aisle 20 foot towards the road.
That's what they do.
Right to the aisle, and they know what they look for, what they shop for, and they know we're miserable. So
that's their job. That's their job.
It's like a Target satellite, and they listen to exactly what they want, and then it's right by the door.
Right.
Or that little discount bin right there, and it's got all the kid baby stuff. And,
right.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Every time we stop there.
Every time. So it's another thing that, and you freshly married guys, we hope that we added some, I don't know, what would you say, some good, solid advice for years to come. And hopefully that's going to help all of you.
And this isn't just advice for a marriage. This is advice for a happy marriage, because we want our wives to know we are happily married.
Happily?
And
yes.
If they get mad at this, it really was George's idea. So just blame him.
I don't think it was my idea. I think you're the one that brought it up.
Well, it was a 50-50.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, 50-50, 49.
Yeah.
Almost said 51.
70 you, 30 me.
So yeah, just thank your what was I going to say, George?
Were you saying think or thank?
Thank. You just said the same thing twice.
T-H-A.
You just said the same thing
I said think or thank.
You just said the same word.
Thank. T-H-I-N-K and thank. T-H-A-N-K.
Yeah, those are 2 different words.
They are. So what are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. You got me all confused.
He's got to think about it.
Oh, yeah, so they need to think about it.
Yes.
Before they, answer these future wives or current wives.
Right.
And
you want to make sure you got the right one.
Because, again, happy wife.
Happy life.
That's right. And that's straight from the Truth Masters, Josh and George.
Yeah. Wish you could see this. It's a truth sign.
That's the hashtag.
Well, it goes along with it.
It's hashtag truth.
It goes along with it.
They don't know that.
I can't help it. It goes along with
Podcast isn't always video. Okay?
Well,
one day we'll turn it to video.
I think they can
video
see,
our podcast.
I think they can see through it.
That's right. Well, George.
Yeah, Josh?
You about done here at Studio C4?
Studio 42C, we have pretty much wrapped it up. I think it's been a good night of talking about something that we've wanted to talk about for some time, and that is our lovely wives.
Oh, yeah, they're amazing.
Incredible marriage that we're in. and the
Truth.
the truth
He's
within
doing
the
hashtag
marriage,
sign right there.
the truth within the marriage, and how it spreads out to corporal tunnels throughout your lifespan.
Did you just pull that out of the air?
I did.
Yeah, that was good.
I think we've offered a lot of good things, and I hope everyone listens and heeds. And
George, we got to get off here before we just say something that's going to get us in trouble.
better.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it today, folks. We thank you so much for listening. Hey, we just want to remind you to check us out on YouTube. We're going to be posting some new videos here soon. As well as Instagram. We're on Instagram, shooting.the.breeze. So, yeah, check it out. And I also post these podcasts on YouTube as well. So if you don't do the app thing, you can check it out on YouTube. Obviously, you do the app thing because we're on here, so they're listening to us. Some people don't. So, yeah, George, anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right.
Very good week.
Well, I'm Josh.
And I'm George.
And we are